Hello student, this is Rimpa Shingarai. Today we are going to start a new chapter set theory of class 11. But before starting this chapter, let me congratulate all of you for your tremendous achievement in class 10 board exam and wish you a very successful life ahead. So now let's get into the lesson. In this chapter set theory, we will learn the basic concept of a set. So what is set? A set is a collection of some well-defined and distinct object. So set is nothing but a collection. But this collection has some properties. So first one is well-defined, second one is distinct, and third one is independent of order. So we learn that what is well-defined, distinct, and what does mean independent of order. So let's go to the next page. So here is well-defined. Here I have taken two collections, A and B. And the A collection said that the students of class 11 who are good at math. But how do you define a student is good in math? I can say the student who got 50 above marks in last year exam, that means class 10 board exam, they are good at math. But someone can say no, 50 is not enough, 70 above marks is good. But some other can say that no, not 70, it's 90 above marks is good enough. So there is actually a confusion between in this set that who can be in this set and who cannot. But if I say that the students who got above 70 in class 10 board exam, then I can easily choose the student who got 70 above marks and can enlisted them in the set B. So here the first set which said the good at math is not a well defined. It's not well defined. So here A cannot be a set. But for B it is well defined. It actually indicates those students who can be in the set and who cannot be in the set. So it is a well defined set. So the next term is distinct. Here I have taken two sets which is A and B. A contains 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 3, 5, 6, 4. Okay. And B contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here distinct mean different. All the elements should be different. But here 1 is twice, 3 is also twice, 4 is also twice. That means these elements 1, 3, 4 are repeated. So A cannot be a set. But if you look at B, then there are 6 elements and all of them are different. All of them are distinct. So B is a set but A is not a set. Now the third property is independent of order. In the first set, I have taken 4 letters which is M, A, T, H, which are the 4 letters of the word math. Okay. In B, I have written the same letters but in some different order. I write H, T, M, A. Now, by the property of set, I can say that if S, A and B contains same letters but the order is different, so they are equal because set is independent of order. Okay. So if I write this like T, A, H, M, then also I can say that C will be equal to A. A, B, C all will be equal. So this is the property independent of order. So now we'll learn how to present a set. So there is two methods to present a set. First one is roster or tabular method and second one is property or set builder method. So now we'll learn what this property or what this method says. So here I have written one set A in roster method which contains 5 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and all of these elements are written in this set with a comma between all of them. Okay. So this is the roster method where we write all the elements after a comma. A comma after every element. Okay. Not every element, between them. Now in property of set builder method, here I have written the same set but in property method. In property method, we'll write that A contains X and we'll write the properties of X. Okay, so the properties of X is, here if you look at A, so all of them are natural numbers, so I write this X is a natural number, and I write the range 1 less equals to X less equals to 5. It means it contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because they are all natural numbers and the range is 1 less equals to X less equals to 5. So the two sets are same, but they are written once in roster method, the second one in property method. So this is the two type of presentation of a set. So now we'll learn some special sets. That means the set which is denoted by some special symbol. Like the set of natural numbers is denoted by n. But we'll not write this n like this. This is not a set of natural numbers. When you want to show the set of natural numbers, we will write this n like this with a little bold stand. Okay. Now, similarly, the set of set of integers is z, set of rational numbers is q, set of real numbers is r, and the set of irrational numbers, real numbers is actually the set of rational and irrational. When we eliminate the rational numbers from the real number set, so the remaining will be the irrational. So the irrational set is denoted by r minus q, and the the set of complex numbers is denoted by c, a bold c. Okay. Now we'll learn a few definitions about some sets. So first we'll start with finite and infinite set. A finite set is that set which contains either no element or a definite number of element. So if I look at A, it contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 5 elements. So the number of elements is finite here. So the set will be finite. But if we look at B, it contains 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So the number of elements of B is infinite. So here B is an infinite set. Okay. Now we'll learn the type of infinite set. So there are two types of infinite set. The first one is denumerable and the second one is non-denumerable. So now look at this. If I say denumerable set, so I have taken one example A which contains all the natural numbers. Okay. So I have written it on tabular method and next in property method. So in tabular method, I have written 1, 2, 3 and dot 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 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next element will be 5 and then 6, then 7, and I can write every element. But I cannot count all of them, and the number of this set is infinite. So it is an infinite set. But at least I can write the elements, or I know what will be the next element of every element. So this is an denumerable set. But if I talk about non-denumerable set, so I have taken a set B which contains x, where x is real number and the range is 0 less than x less equals to less than 1, not less equals to less than 1. So if I write this line and suppose this is 0 and this is 1. So there are infinite number of elements or infinite number of points which are real and which are in between 0 to 1. So it will be in B. So that's why it's an infinite set. Okay. Like if I write 1 by 2. Then now the midpoint of 0 to half will be 1 by 4. The midpoint of half to 1 will be 3 by 4. Okay. Similarly, the midpoint of 0 to 1 by 4 will be 1 by 8. Sorry, 1 by 8. So I cannot even tell you the starting element of this set B. Okay. And not exactly tell you what will be the next element of every element. So here it is infinite set, but and of course I cannot say the element of this set which will come after one element. So this set is a non-denumerable set. Okay. So now the next type is singleton set. A set is singleton set if it contains only one element. So here I have taken a set A which contains only 2. And now I have written the same set in property method. I have written A contains x, where x is an integer and the range is 1 less than x less than 3. So the only element in this range which is integer is 2. So it is actually the set. So I have written this set in the same set in this 2 method. Okay. So this is a example of a singleton set. Now let's move to the null or void set. So the void or null set is that set which contains no element. We denoted this set by this Greek number or Greek letter phi. It is called phi, and also denoted by this empty bracket. Okay, we cannot write this. If we write this, then it will be a singleton set, not a null set. So it cannot be write like this. This is either phi or not, or a bracket, a empty bracket. So I have taken one example. Here A contains x, where x is a natural number and the range is 1 less than x less than 2. So it means if you look at x is natural number, so there will be no such element in this range 1 to 2 which is natural. So absolutely it's a null or void set. So now we will talk about the equal set. It's actually the same as the independent of order. As set is independent of order, so there is no problem with the order of the set. It contains the same element of B. So A and B contains the same element, but the order are different. But that doesn't affect the property of set. So here A is equals to B. So this is called the equal set. So here we have completed today's lesson. We will meet you in the next lesson. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you so much.